What is going on, everybody? I'm back in a new office studio space. Got the sneaker wall up. Let's make another video. Obviously, you clicked on this for one reason and one reason only, and that is the comparison between the beautiful, the amazing TS43X collaboration with Talon Sei and Danger Close Armament against the beautiful, the aggressive, the Gucci Glock 19 done by Zev. This thing is all show and all go. This thing right here is phenomenal. And we'll get into it. All right, first off, we're gonna start off with the TS43X. I will start off with saying I love the platform. The platform meaning the small compactability and the 19 size grip. Now this feels perfect in my hands.
That's what she said.
I know. So it's really comfortable. It fits really well. Now with the stock 43Xs, it came with a 10+1 magazine. All right, sits completely flush. Obviously, you guys seen it. Now with other companies, meaning Shield Arms, you can actually take your 43X instead of 10+1 to 15+1. So you can take your standard. There's not much there, not much real estate taken up. You can take your standard 43X, not all, you know, customed out, completely stock, slap one of these bad boys in there and go magically from 10+1 to 15+1. Then if you really, really want to get fancy with it, you can order another mag from Shield Arms and order their +5 extension, and you can end up with 20 rounds in one magazine, which means if you carry one in the pipe, you have
turn away.
You have 21 rounds in this tiny little package. Now, the holster that it rides in, no strange, should be no surprise. QVO Tactical Wingman. I fucking swear by these holsters. Roger, shout out to you. You guys are awesome, everything that you guys do. Now, let's start with the bottom and work our way up to the top, right? Fair? Fair. What I really, really like I said, it feels phenomenal in my hand, and that is a big part of the tang shaping, which this feels like no other Glock I've ever felt in my hand before. The way you can get a high purchase on this gun just with the tang shaping is just phenomenal. So highly recommend it. Any other gun that I send out to get stippled or custom work done, I'm going to get tang shaping on it from now on. This is Danger Close Armament's famous brain texture along these sides right here, along with a more aggressive stippling job up front. Now what this does is I carry appendix. Now when you carry appendix, you have the brain texture rubbing up against your skin. Doesn't feel bad at all because it's very smooth. It's very smooth at the touch. It's not abrasive like a traditional stippling. Now, mind you, I want to put this out there also. This stippling right here, every single bit is done by hand. All this is hand stippled. Not laser engraved, not any of that. That is phenomenal and just a great touch and a little food for thought. You get more pride in your gun when you actually get it back, and you know what you're paying for. So that's it for the stippling. Now I no longer run the standard Glock mags anymore. Those are junk. So all I run now is the Shield Arms S15 mags, and I haven't had any reason to turn back. I've never had any feeding issues. The followers run great. The springs amazing. It's completely fine. How I carry it also is I also have a spare mag holder, S15 mag holder. So also I have, you know, another mag holder just in case. But the way I do run it occasionally is with the extra 5 extension on there. So I always have 20+1 rounds available at all time. All right, onto the trigger. So how the trigger is really, really smooth. Now this is my first flat face trigger on a pistol. I really, really like it. Now this is the drop-in Apex trigger, and I want to say this is probably about 5.5 pounds, which is very, very nice. You can, there's the wall, and there's the brake. Disconnect, engage. Super smooth, I'm gonna say it's about 5.5 pounds, but it's very nice, very crisp. And I think I'm actually gonna be putting some Apex triggers in my guns in the future. Okay, so now moving up to the slide. So the slide here was completely custom made by Talon Sei. This is like his own platform with his shallow window pockets and his front serration cuts, top and side, with the two window cuts here. Nothing flashy. This is a stock barrel. This is great for press checking. It's any place you grip this gun on the slide, you're gonna have a really nice grip on it, which is very nice. All right, now we'll go over, like I said, stock barrel, stock guide rod, spring, stuff like that. The internals are basically stock minus the drop-in trigger. And I like that he went along with that because you really don't need a match grade barrel, much like the Gucci Glock we're going to talk about here shortly. But I digress. All right, the front and rear sights are all blacked out Ameriglows, which is a really nice touch. Nothing crazy, no suppressor high sights or anything like that, so I like that. Now moving over to the Shield RMSC. Now what I do like about the Shield RMSC, there's no buttons, there's no on and off switch, it's auto adjusting, auto dimming, everything in between. So you have nothing holding you back when you pick this gun up. You don't have to worry about hitting the buttons on the side or turning it off. This is always on, ready to go, and it adjusts depending on your light situation. And also another feature it does have is it has a dovetail cut in here. That way you don't need suppressor height sights when you run this RMSC, which is a really nice feature also, because when I did shoot this gun today, the RMSC actually went down on me. The battery stopped working, or the light was really dim. But when I got it home, there was no light at all. So I just used, obviously the Ameriglow rear sights, and it shot just fine. But that was just a, real life scenario when a lot of people actually rely on their red dots on their EDCs, and when it does go down, or they don't really think of running suppressor height sights or sights in general. I've seen people run no sights at all on their guns and just run like an RMR on it and just inshallah it. But yeah, that's basically the entire package. Now all this right here, I paid $2,000 for it. It was a $50 deposit, and there was, I want to say, about a 7-week wait because they're made to order. They're custom ordered. I'm order number 17, so I have serial number 17. But yeah, I'm super pleased with this pistol. I couldn't be happier. So now we're going to talk about how it shoots. Obviously, it can look cool, right? How does it shoot though? With the texture, with the trigger, and with the tang shaping, and everything in between, window cuts, it shoots super flat. To bring down the weight, it shoots extremely flat. So flat. I will say that right now, it shoots really flat. If this thing had a comp on it, holy hell, this thing would never move. It would be like my Bull Armor SAS2 Viper. Never moves, barely blips. But it's very nice, it's very comfortable in the hand. It shoots super flat. This thing shoots great. From the texture, from the grip, from the trigger, from the tang, like everything just works. And that's the best thing I can, it sounds so stupid, like why would you pay $2,000 for a gun that just works? A stock Glock just works, true. But when you get to a certain point where you want something different, you want something that fits you, and I feel like this fits me. The reason why I say this is because I wear sweatpants and shorts 90% of the time. If I'm not at work, I'm not dressing up, I'm carrying this. And with this fully loaded out with 20+1, it is light enough for me to throw this in my sweatpants, tie the loop, tie the string, and it's actually good to go. This thing does not bounce, thing does not move, and even on the draw, it doesn't go anywhere. I get hate on that so much by my EDC video. It's amazing. It's like, we'll touch on that in a second. All right, so now we're gonna talk about the amazing, aggressive Gucci Glock 19 done by Zev. I mean, what's honestly to say about Glock 19s that haven't been said already? Now, full disclaimer, I bought this Glock just like this. I didn't do any work to it, so whoever had this previously paid for all this work. I paid another $2,000 for this gun. You guys probably think I'm fucking crazy, but it is what it is. All right, so you got to think $2,000 or $2,000. Take your pick. We're going to go bottom to top, left to right, front to back. Starting with the flared magwell. So obviously it's a flared magwell done by Zev. It's actually screwed in the rear. Now this is metal. This isn't polymer, this isn't plastic. Good and bad. It has its pros and cons. Obviously everyone likes a flared magwell to slam those mags home. When you're doing emergency or tactical reloads, you don't really need to look at it. You just can slam it home because it's gonna go there every single time. Now, with this being aluminum or whatever have you, it's very unforgiving. Now, what I mean by unforgiving is it actually will ding up your mags if you're not paying attention. So if you're doing, tactical reloads where you're slamming them away, throwing this one home and getting it down back on target, you can actually goof up and you can hit it, and it's obviously not a good thing because you want this thing to feed. That's for the flared magwell. Talking about the stippling. Stippling extremely aggressive. Now it also rides in a QVO tactical wingman, but this one has the spare mag holder. Shout out again to Roger. I love your guys' holsters. But yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect, but it does get really abrasive. It rubs on your skin, and when I do take it off, my skin is red. So I mean, it is what it is. Like I said, pros and cons. It's all it is. All right, now talk about the trigger. The trigger, oh my goodness, I love this trigger. Now this is a Zev trigger. Now I want to say this is four and a half pound trigger. So good. Obviously there's no other work done to the frame. You have a little bit of stippling up front, but other than that, you took out some of your finger grooves. You can kind of see them right in there. But other than that, that's it for the frame. Moving on up. Don't know why the person put this on, but you have the most extreme mag release I have ever seen in my life. This mag release reaches to the moon. I swear to God, it sticks out so far. It's nuts. I mean, granted, it's nice, it does its job, but what happens is when you put this in the holster, your belly could hit this and your mag can come out and you won't know it. Because when a mag does pop, it'll hit your shirt and it's not going to make a noise, you really won't know. Or if it's sitting on a table and you go to grab it, the mag sits, or the mag release sits directly on it. So it's like, if you look, when it sits down, it sits directly almost on the mag release. So there's a lot of weight, especially if you have this fully loaded. There's a lot of weight on this mag release, and it just takes just a hair to hit it. So that's just another con for me. You have a upgraded slide release, all upgraded internals, pins, stuff like that. With the trigger, you have your extractor that's all polished out. Now up to the slide. The slide is the money shot right here, baby. This thing is ridiculous. Now, I don't know why you would put a star here, why you get it laser engraved, but I am a huge Captain America fan. Shout out to Dad. Thank you for the present. I'm a huge Captain America fan, so when I seen the star, I was like, oh, this is meant to fucking be. So, yeah. The most obnoxious window cuts I have ever seen in my life. The most aggressive front serrations. These are pretty gnarly. You have your cutout window here showing off your match grade fluted threaded barrel. Why you would need a threaded barrel for something like this, I don't know. Like I said, I bought it like this. Why did I buy it like this? We'll talk about that later. Just because it's a Gucci Glock. I've never had a Gucci Glock. I digress. All right, so we had said the barrel, match grade barrel, fancy schmancy. The slide is ridiculous, so on and so forth. Giant window cut. But with this giant window cut and all this material gone, this thing tracks and shoots extremely fast, and it shoots extremely flat. This thing is really good. I shoot really well with this gun. Like, I can get on target so quick. I can do double tap drills, two in the chest, one in the head. I can do triple tap drills. It's this gun right here. When it's in my hand, I shoot the best. I have shot about 2,000 rounds with this gun. I've only shot a couple hundred with this. But anyways, going to the sights. All right, now these are Trijicon tritium sights. These are orange in the rear and green up front. I really don't notice them, to be honest. I don't really carry this gun that often, so I don't really notice them, but they're there. They are suppressor height sights, so if you can see, they are really high-rise sights. Obviously, for the threaded barrel, you're gonna need something like that. Yeah. Next is one of the most amazing RMRs. I think are one of the best RMRs. Really, is the RM09. This is a 1 MOA dot. It does, you know, have your on and off switch on the sides. You got to change your brightness. There's no auto adjusting. Another downfall of these. So when I was at the range today, it shot flawlessly. It never had a single issue, but it did outshine the RMSC because the RMSC did go down for some weird reason. I changed the battery out when I got home and it worked just fine now, but this shot flawlessly, never skipped a beat. But yeah, that's the package. The way it shoots, let's talk about the grip in the field. The grip in the field does not bother me by any means because I have pretty rough hands. But there are some people that have shot this gun that it does hurt them. It really does. Now this, you know, this aggressive stippling might not be for you, but it is what it is. But the way this thing is built and the way this thing tracks is amazing. Awesome. All the credit to Zev for designing something like this. Now, I never would have done as extreme to my Glock 19 as this, but it works. It just works. I can do a lot of things with this that I can't do with this. This gun is so good. Which brings me into why would I carry the TS43X over the Glock 19 if I shoot the Glock 19 better? I'm glad you asked. So with the TS43X, it fits my life a lot better. Now, me and Talon were talking earlier on Instagram about this, and he agrees. I feel like your gear in general, we'll talk about your pistol, but I feel like your pistol in general should fit easy in your life. What do you mean by that? What I mean by that is you should not make any changes in your life depending on what you're carrying. Does that make sense? So if I wear sweatpants and shorts all the time, I can't carry something like this rig because this will pull a lot of weight. It's a fully loaded 21 round magazine on top of a 20 round magazine on top of the pistol on top of the rig. This is a lot of weight pulling down on me. So I have to wear jeans and you know, a range belt like I'm wearing today, which is completely fine. But I'm never really in jeans and a range belt every day. I'm usually in sweatpants and shorts. So this fits my life so much better. And I do shoot great with it. I shoot amazing with it. Just not as fast as on point as the Gucci Glock. Completely fine. I just need more range time with this. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm a man and I can say that. A lot of people won't admit it. But in general, basically the premise of the video is the perfect EDC is basically purely on you, the consumer. It has nothing to do with me and what I say or whatever statistics these are, whatever features these have. This thing can shoot fucking laser beams out of it and it might not fit your life. Basically, it's in the consumer. So that's basically it. I really hope you guys like the video. Let me know in the comments down below what gun you would choose or what gun you carry. Would you pick something like these two Glocks? Or do you not carry a Glock at all? Do you carry a Smith & Wesson? Do you carry a SIG? Now, I like SIGs. I'm looking for a SIG P320. If anybody knows, let me know. Hit me up in the comments or hit me up on Instagram right here. But other than that, yeah, let me know in the comments down below what you carry and why and how it fits into your life. That is the most important. I want to see how it fits into your life. I really hope you guys liked today's video. I know I'm not the most tactical guy. I have sneakers on the wall. I have a bunch of tattoos. I am not wearing 511 anything. I do, though, have an amazing Lions Not Sheep goat shirt. I feel like I'm more relatable compared to a lot of these other people that are all tactical now, and I'm just your average consumer. Basically, that's basically what I am. Just average consumer that wears sweatpants that just happens to work on guns for a living. See you guys on the next one. Later.